Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Dark Souls Remastered. Last episode was very sad. We had to beat Sif because we needed the Covenant of Artorias. And the reason that we needed that Covenant is because I want to kill the 4 kings. And unfortunately, you need that ring to do it, which means you have to kill Sif to do it. Going into this fight, one thing that's worth noting is magic damage. They have a few attacks that do magic damage that can be dodged, but it's a pain in the ass to dodge them. In general, it's far safer to block them. As such, I'm going to use the Crest Shield. And the reason I'm going to use the Crest Shield is that it blocks 80% of magic damage. It's exactly the same weight as my other shield as well, which is helpful. I didn't plan that, it just is. But when you're blocking, I don't think I've actually really gone over shields at all, but they're somewhat misleading because the attacks that they display here is actually their attack damage. So you see 62 physical, that means that when you attack with it, it does 62 damage per hit. What's interesting that you actually need to know about shields is the damage reduction, which is if you go into the more detailed stats, the stats on the right. You can see here it blocks 100% physical, 80% magic, 55% of fire, 45% of lightning. And stability is a stat that, essentially the higher the stability, the less stamina you'll use when you block an attack, essentially. I could upgrade this shield. In doing so, the only thing that will notably go up is the damage it deals, which is irrelevant. As well, I don't have this weapon. The only thing of note that will go up... Fine, die. I didn't want to kill you, but I'm going to. The only thing of note that will go up is the damage that it deals, as well as stability. And I'm not really worried about either of them for this fight coming up. The only reason I have it... I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Backstepping because, goddamn, I've been playing Breath of the Wild, so the buttons are backwards. I'm using a 360 controller, so the buttons are backwards to what I expect them to be. But yeah, the only thing that will go up is the stability, which I don't care about, and the damage, which I don't care about. So there's no real reason to upgrade this shield. I should use a transient curse, really. I don't think I've actually been through here at all in this playthrough, which is interesting. I did it a fair bit in my other playthrough because I was going through and becoming a Dark Wraith, so you have to do this fairly early. Transient Curse. Interesting item. Limb of the victim of a curse. Temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts. The only way to fight back against ghosts, who are cursed beings, is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however dreadful, is to cut off an arm of the dead. So, if you use one of these, which I'm going to do now. God damn it. I pushed B again. Where are you? Transient Curses? There. If you use this item, you'll see in the top left, I will get a... Will I? No, it's just an effect on you. You see the little sparkles around me? As long as they're here, I can attack ghosts. And as you can see, this ghost is going to come up to me and die. It's worth noting that these ghosts will actually drop Transient Curses, which is useful, so you can actually replenish your supply. There you go, right there. 2 Transient Curses. It's useful so you can actually, like, stock up on them as you're going and you're not likely to run out. There's Firekeeper Soul here. I'm not using my shield here. I probably could. I think I could probably kill them, with a single-handed attack, so I may as well use the shield and block their damage. The other way you can get cursed, by the way, is to actually get cursed, so by the basilisks is probably the main way you would do that. In here are some more curses, by the way. 2 more. So they do give you enough curses that you can get through this area, but if you get cursed by basilisks, the only way to actually cure your curse is to come and talk to an NPC in this area. So... it's kind of well designed, I like that. You have to go through the area where you need to be cursed to be able to cure yourself of curse. But being cursed is definitely not as preferable as... Does this one-shot them? It does, good. Being cursed is not as preferable as Transient Curse, because when you're actually cursed, your HP is cut in half, which is not particularly pleasant. I think there's a dude who comes out of the left here. Yep. This won't work, by the way. You can try it. Contraption does not move. Oh. For the most part, these guys are going to be doing very little damage to me because I'm coming here so late. You can actually come here right from the start. As you saw, it's right next to Filing Shrine. You just go down that elevator and you're here. So, the enemies here don't scale particularly high. I can probably kill you through a wall. There you go, you're dead. Parrying dagger. Interesting. It's a weapon you can put in your offhand and you can parry with it. Not particularly good in my opinion, but it's there if you want it. It's more of a flavor weapon in my opinion, rather than a useful one. This is a screaming ghost, a banshee, as it were, a banshee. Slightly more health. They also have a chance of dropping the jagged ghost blade, which is a much better weapon than the regular ghost blade that all the other ones will drop. You notice she had red eyes, which was the defining factor of her compared to the other ones, and she screamed. I think there's one other one somewhere in here. I think she's in the ghost house, is the other place where you can find them. People will attack you through the floor here, probably. There you go. Or through the roof, as the case may be. Ow. Fuck off. There we go. Kind of annoying to kill them when they're floating above you, but honestly, you don't really have to worry about these guys. I'm going to kick this ladder down. That's a shortcut for later. You can actually just jump off there, because that's where we came from. We came up there, across that bridge, and around that way. Now they've kicked that ladder down, we can just roll off here and climb the ladder. Hopefully I don't die, so it will be irrelevant. Also worth noting is that there is a trigger point for all these ghosts on these stairs. So once you reach here, none of these ghosts will chase you. See there, they reset and go back to where they started. So if you're coming here early game, you can just run through that whole area and get to here, and then all the ghosts previous will just leave you alone, so you don't have to worry about them. This house here, known as the ghost house by many, it is perfectly skippable. You can make this jump here. It's a kind of annoying jump to make, but perfectly easy to make. Oh. These ghosts are coming after me, which is kind of good, because I want to kill them first, if possible. Sweet. Killed a bunch of them. If I can kill all of them, great. Saves me some time later. Ow. Just come a little higher so I can hit you in the head. There we go. I'll be able to... It'll make it easier for killing them later. But, you notice that there's water everywhere here. You can actually get under the water. I say under the water. You can drain the water. And to do so, you need to talk to an NPC in this house. Specifically, who's on the roof of the house. There we go. Oh god, I could die. Oh god, I could die, immediately followed by death. Alright, I'll cut and I'll be back at the ghost house. I won't... Well, maybe I'll show the run back once. You're not sure, I'll show the run back from Filing Shrine, it's not that difficult. You come down here, and you just go down this elevator down here. This time I'll run past all the ghosts. And you know what probably happened there is actually my transient curse probably ran out, is probably what happened, because I thought I hit that ghost and it didn't hit that ghost. I just didn't notice the transient curse had run out. I assume that's probably what happened. I might be wrong, maybe I just suck, but I feel like I hit the ghost and it didn't actually do anything. So you got to make sure you're always cursed when you're in that area, because if you're not cursed, you can't hit the ghost, your sword will just pass straight through them. And also, your shield doesn't work, so they can attack you just straight through your shield. It's like they attack your very soul or something. But in any case, we're back to the start of New Londo. And the run through without killing anything is fairly simple. Particularly now that I have the ladder. The only thing you really need to worry about is stamina management. Again, at this point, I don't really have to worry about stamina management that much. Just because I have enough that it's kind of not much of an issue. Ow. Fuck you. I should have rolled there, but if you're coming here very early in the game, if you run out of stamina, you can bone yourself pretty hard. So be careful about that. But what we want to do here is just come off here, and then roll off here. And we have a ladder. So it skips that little section there where the ghosts are. And as I said here, if you just run through here, you should get missed by everything. And once you're on these steps, everything will give up. You see there's a lot of ghosts chasing me there, you can see them everywhere. Well, I don't know if you can, it may be weird with YouTube compression, but there are ghosts everywhere. They're all chasing me, but once you get to this point, you're fine. I think I will actually... well, I need to transient curse, but my question is... I think what I'll do instead is I'll actually put them on my hotbar. You know, I'm not turning dragon these days, so I'm going to take that off my hotbar. But transient curse, probably a good idea to have on your hotbar. You see, I already have 11. I had 0, now I have 11 without even trying. Oh. No, I don't. I just equipped Homeward Bones rather than what I wanted to equip. There we go, transient curse, 7. Even so, I have 7 without even trying. I've now used 2, so 8 is what I've got total. Which isn't bad. That's actually fairly standard. I may as well grab these. I'm now going to run away. Apologies if you hear that in the background. This cat's growling. Well, that was dumb. Alright, now I'll cut. I should have ignored it and just run away, but, you know, what you gonna do? Oh, actually, before I'm here, I may as well reinforce my Estus Flask, because I got that Firekeeper Soul. So now I have an Estus Flask plus 3. That's something. Alright, now I'll cut. Alright, and we're back at the ghost house. I am slightly limited here in my transient curses. It's worth noting. And if I run out of them, it'll suck. But... actually, I'll run in there and then run out again. In the hopes that something chases me. Those guys chase me, but I don't really care about them, per se. Oh, there we go. What the hell is happening? Well, this is unfortunate. Ugh. For some reason I wasn't hitting them. I don't know why or how that was happening. Kill this one, go up this ladder, and then all will be good in the world. That dropped transient curses. Will I be able to get those transient curses though? That's the question. Nope, too high. God damn it. That is a problem with having killing flying enemies, is that if they get their drops, they leave them in stupid places. Alright, you're dead. Sweet. We shouldn't be attacked by the floor, because I think I killed the one that usually attacks you by the floor. But, nevertheless, there we go. Just fucking... fucking cunt. There we go. So, just so you know, even veteran players think this place is utter garbage. You're not alone. This is the bane of a lot of new players. Because it does suck balls. Like, you got these enemies that can float through walls because they're ghosts. And you've got to try and kill them using usually shitty weapons. Oh, there's a ghost heading out towards me. Dead. Dead. They float up through the floor, they threw through the roof. I'm gonna heal here just because why not? I have the Estus. I have 16 Estus, which is a rarity for me to have this much. This is the other screaming one. If you run in here, more will come out. Luckily, I can one-shot most of them. That long arm thing they do there is technically a grab, so always be careful when they do that. You can see here there's actually a ladder up there, which is where we need to go eventually, and I'm tempted to go up there now just so I can get it over with, but I also want to explore the rest of this house. And also there's some guys who will attack you through the walls here, and if you can kill them first, it saves some time. Like this prick. And that prick. There we go. But if you can kill all the ones that attack you through the walls, it makes your job a lot easier in the long run. Oh, yep. There we go. There's another one. At this point I'm just letting him hit me to see where they are. Yeah, see there's one in the roof there, that's what I thought. Hopefully the dickhead comes down to actually fight me. There we go. Ugh, annoying. Soul of a Proud Knight. Really not worth it. Nevertheless, I think I've killed most of the more annoying ones for when you climb the ladder. So I'm going to climb the ladder now. The reason they're annoying is because they'll hit you. Oh, that's just the sound of me walking on dead bones. Dead bones? As opposed to alive bones? Whatever. But they'll attack you through the walls as you climb this ladder, and it sucks. You can get through, but it's honestly almost pure RNG. I'm sure there's some kind of manipulation you can do. But coming up here, we can meet Ingwood.
Well, this is a surprise. I get few visitors, save for ghosts. You have the Lord Vessel. Very impressive. I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the four kings whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal.
He'll only give you that if you have the Lord Vessel.
The four kings slumber in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates. Oh, and do not forget, the dark wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorias traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn from him, the Abyss may prove surmountable.
That there is what's supposed to lead you to find Sif, because you go and look for Artorias and you find Elvina, who tells you about Osorius' grave, essentially.
Hello there. What is it? The key to the seal is now in your hands. I will help you in any way possible.
It's worth noting as well is if you want to get the key to the seal without getting the Lord Vessel first, you can get it by killing Ingwood. As you can see here, he can break your curse. He also sells transient curses. And also the spell Resist Curse, which is essentially the same thing, I believe. I've never used it. Sorcery of the Red Remedition, Ingwood. Guardian of the Seal in New Londo. Sacrifice humanity to undo curse. Abhorrent curses eat away at the core of one's very existence, and cleansing oneself for curses is no easy task indeed. Interesting. So I guess it cures curse? Sacrifice humanity to undo curse. I'm not actually sure. I am going to buy a few transient curses, because I probably want like 10. Just because I'm going to be exploring this area. I don't really need them, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'll talk to him.
LONDO was sacrificed to contain the Dark Wraiths. Mark my words. The Dark Wraiths are the enemies of man, and any living thing that has a soul. They were never meant to roam again.
Probably true.
You, Londo, was smart.
Yep. So the Dark Wraiths are kinda assholes. Also worth noting, by the way, is if you really want the key to the sea quite easily, you notice he's standing at the edge of this building here. That's the stairwell we ran down, where I was saying it's like the safety stairwell from the ghosts. You can actually shoot him with arrows from there. And if you get headshots, he'll get angry at you and start running at this wall like this. And then you just keep shooting him in the head. And he will die. And you don't actually have to loot the seal off his body, it will just automatically go into your inventory. So, if you really want to be evil and do this the quickest way possible, that's how you do it. You just shoot him in the head a few times and you get the key to the seal. And you can avoid this house completely. Nevertheless, there's some stuff in this house, which is why I'm here. I wish to collect all the things. Thought that was a ghost for a second. It was just another player. There's a ghost just out this door. He tries to do a sneaky on you. I'm no longer cursed. Hip. 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 Now what, bitch? You notice that there is a good example of what happens when you're not cursed and you're trying to attack a ghost. Nothing, essentially. Your sword just passes through them. And also we get the Curse Bite Ring, which is, I think, just curse resistance. If I remember correctly. It'll be with the other bite rings, I assume. Yes. One of the infamous bite rings commissioned by Sir Asta of Kareem. Or Astor? Asta. It's a weird pronunciation. A-R-S-T-O-R. Astor, I guess. Despite the dreadful rumors surrounding its creation, this ring is an unmistakable asset in its ability to heal... in its ability to help prevent curses. So it just ups your curse resistance, that's all it does. It is a good ring, but it's not honestly that necessary. Like, the only place you would use it is when you're fighting basilisks, essentially. I'm gonna come down and get this. I think it's green Titanite charge or something. It's not that useful. In fact, one green Titanite shard. Really not that useful. And it'll make those other ghosts chase me, probably, unless I killed them already. Yeah, whatever. I think there's a ghost in this wall. I may have already killed it. I think I already killed it. From the inside, that is. Now, the key to the seal will head us in the forward direction. I'm going to come up here first. Because there's some items up here that I want to get. First we got this one. I think there's another ghost up here, probably. Or not. Humanity. And the other one we saw a few times when we were running towards this place. It's on the roof here, so if you just roll off here, or just walk off. I didn't roll for some reason. Right here is a rare ring of sacrifice, in fact. So that is a slightly better version of a ring of sacrifice. It'll also prevent you loss of souls if you die of curse, which may sound kind of like you'd think if you die, you die, but dying by curse is a separate kind of death. In any case, if we run in here, first things first, we can head up and get ourselves a bow, I believe. I think it's a composite bow. Yep, composite bow and some large arrows. It's actually one of the better bows in the game. It's pretty much a longbow, but slightly better. Has better scaling, I think. But aside from that, it's just a bow. We come down here, and this is the door. This kind of rickety old door is all it's keeping you from opening the seal, as it were. And we can push this lever, and it's going to open these massive doors, as you'll see in a cutscene right now. Now you can see there, that's where the drakes are, where I was farming dragon scales. But the rest of New Londo is now drained. All of those things down there are all bodies. It's quite disgusting. You can see a dark wraith over there. I can actually see things quite clearly at the moment. I'll up the brightness in post. I always do for Dark Souls because it kind of requires it. I'll go the normal way through this place, but it's worth noting that if you want to go straight to the Four Kings, you just run up here. You roll down here. Well, you go over to there, you roll down, and the Four Kings is just over there where that little round building is. So you can get there very easily by going that way. I'm going to go the long way just so I can show you through New Londo. We may not get to the Four Kings this episode. Four Kings maybe next episode. This Dark Wraith will probably see us and run at us. There we go, you can see him there. I feel like they've brightened this up in the remastered version. I feel like ordinarily... There we go. Parried, bitch. I think ordinarily it's really, really dark in here. I remember it being too dark to be able to see easily. Also, well, I'll keep the crest shield for now. I was going to say the grass crest shield is actually more beneficial for me currently because of the stamina regen, which it is, but I mean, we'll stick with the crest shield for now until I beat the Four Kings. We're actually kind of pushing it for time, in all honesty, but I'm just going to go through until we've completed this area. And the next episode I'll start off with Four Kings, I think. This is a trap. That was close. Somehow, I've upgraded my health enough that I can survive that combo, which is kind of insane. Soul of Proud Knight. Now, we go into this building here, which kind of sucks. It's not a great building. It's not too bad after you kill the big fucker, but there's a bunch of dark wraiths and stuff in here as well. That one's seen me. I'm going to drag them out because it's just easier. Also, one backstab kills them, which is really, really nice. It saves me a lot of time. Coming through here earlier, when they take a few attacks, it just makes things suck. But one parry or one backstab will kill them now, which is really, really nice. We kind of want to kill that thing. I guess I want to get its attention and make it chase me, but it's a disgusting enemy. It's just an amalgam of shit. Maybe quite literally. I'm not entirely sure. I probably don't need my things. It also shoots exploity skulls, so that's a thing. And has a spear for a tongue. There we go. Dead. I don't think this thing respawns, which is nice. There should be one more Dark Wraith in here somewhere, I think. There he is. Hey, buddy. Luckily, that attack there is pretty easy to parry. It makes things slightly easier. If I remember correctly, it may have been a mod I played at some point, but I remember there being like a bonfire in one of these little huts. It was weird. Nevertheless, we can come here and we can see where all this stuff leads. Firstly, we've got this ladder. Leads us up to the second floor. What the hell? Is this the actual way to the Ember? Oh yeah, it is too. First things first, we want to come this way and get this item. Soul of a Brave Warrior. As that note correctly stated, there is a amazing Ember ahead. It is the very large Ember or something. Essentially, it's the Ember that allows you to take your normal weapons from +10 to +15, which makes them insanely powerful. Come this way. We want to head up. I think there might be there's probably something down there as well. I'll go there and check in a second. But up this way is this chest, and this chest is the very large Ember. Let's see what this says. Sure, I'll give you an upvote for that. The very large Ember. We can give this to Andre, and Andre will upgrade our weapons even further. It's not entirely necessary for it, It's not entirely necessary for me at the moment. I can speak. Simply because I'm one-shotting all the things in this area anyway. But, good to have, nonetheless. The other thing in this area is, if you come back this way and we go to the left, there's an elevator here. And this elevator takes... I'll just show where it goes, in fact. I'm not cursed anymore, so I might get killed by a ghost, but, you know, fuck it. There we go. Takes you up there. I can show where that is from down here pretty easily. Or from out here pretty easily, I should say. If we come out this way, there's some more Dark Wraiths. At least one more Dark Wraith. And there's like 3 or 4 here, I think. But that there is... Yeah, it's hard to show from here. But that elevator is a shortcut from near the start of the level. But also not entirely necessary. It's worth noting as well is that these guys here will these Dark Wraiths will drop Titanite chunks. Speaking of which, how many do I have? I have 6. I need 3 more, so what I should do is chuck on my gold serpent ring while I'm killing him. I didn't think of it before, but it's probably a good idea. Imminent death. Yeah, that's death. That's really deep water. It looks like you can walk on it from here, kind of, but don't try. Soul of a Proud Knight. This here is an illusory wall. There's a Dark Wraith on the other side of it. I feel pretty confident in killing him. I mean, that works. That's not what I was intending to do, but it worked. Opening this will give us a chunk, I believe. Yep, Titanite chunk. So I only need 2 more now. Very good. 2 more, by the way, is to get my weapon up to a plus 15. Because I have the slab that I require for the last upgrade. In fact, I may have enough. Red eye orbs for invading. There are some more ghosts here, so I'm actually going to curse myself just for safety, so I can kill the ghosts. Down here, I think there's a bro. Yeah, hello. Kill him and heal. This is the start of the area, by the way. That's where we came down to begin with. I was expecting to be attacked by a ghost there. I think they can see you from there, but apparently not. But we come back up this way and up into this little house. There are some ghosts here. There's a big mucky thing, and there's 2 Dark Wraiths, I believe. I'm more worried about the Dark Wraiths and the ghosts. So we try and pull them out. The mucky thing should go back if you come out this far. Oh, there's a Dark Wraith. You can see that really cool shield that they have there called the Dark Hand. He very nearly killed me. He did more damage than I was expecting, but I should have been expecting that much damage simply because I took off my ring of protection or whatever. I had ring of steel protection on and I took that off, which will make a difference. Just like the other one, this one doesn't respawn, I don't believe. So after you kill it, it makes things a lot easier. It's dead. I'm surprised the ghosts haven't attacked me yet. Maybe I killed them earlier. It's possible I killed them on my first run through, because they're the ones that fly up at you. There's one more Dark Wraith. Here we go. Probably easier to backstab him, but... they end that with a kick that does a lot of posture damage. Oh, new chunks. They can also drop slabs. It's like a 1% drop rate or something, or maybe even less than 1%, but they can drop Titanite slabs as well. There we go. I think that's all the chunks I need. I don't think I need any more chunks, but, you know, if I get them, great. Lastly, there is one more Dark Wraith just around this corner. Hey, buddy. And we got another chunk. Cool. And this here is the boss fight. You go through this fog wall and we're in the boss fight. I'm going to do that next episode, however. It's also worth noting if you're human here and you summoned Beatrice to fight the butterfly, which I think I've done in this playthrough. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But if you summoned her for the butterfly, her summoning sigil will be here to take her in for Four Kings. But in all honesty, she makes the Four King boss harder, because the Four Kings has a shit ton of health as it is, and getting the Four Kings even more health? Not a good idea. But in any case, that's going to be it for today's episode. We went slightly over time, but we're now at the point where I'm just at the Four Kings. I'm going to upgrade my weapon at the start of next episode. Excuse me. Upgrade my weapon at the start of next episode, and then we're going to take on the Four Kings. I'm actually going to home and burn out of here. You may think, oh, he's right in front of the boss, but there's very quick ways to get back to this boss, so I'm not really worried. So this should take us back to Firelink, I believe? Yep. I'm actually going to run up to Andre's bonfire, but for now, that's going to be it for today. So, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye, guys.